If you like what you hear in this podcast and want to help us keep the lights on, then you could support us on Ko-fi for as little as a £1 one-off donation. The links are in the episode description. Thanks for your support. This is Skip, the podcast where we tell you, in our opinion, which albums are truly unskippable and which ones belong in the skip. I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
And this week we are listening to Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. And we are currently in a nightmare scenario because it is nearly 40 bastard degrees outside.
It is hot.
We are recording this batch of episodes, potentially this and next week's, and potentially the week after, as we don't know, in the middle of what was it, like the biggest UK heat wave since the fabled 1975-77 heat wave, where I'm assuming several people fucking died. I don't know.
Didn't they say that this is the hottest June on record?
Something like that. But
like
it's
34 degrees Celsius. For you Americans, let's do the conversion.
Yeah, the Yanks will just go, oh, that's only 90 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't have aircon.
93.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
In a country that lines their lofts to keep the heat in because we are historically cold.
Yes.
We are suffering.
We are suffering. Americans that are in the UK are saying that it is so much worse. Like, I've experienced 35 degrees in Texas. This is worse.
There was a guy, he came up on my reels and he's like, I lived in Nigeria and we've had temperatures like this. I never once complained. I don't think I can last another 12 hours in this fucking bullshit.
I love that. It's
a different climate. We're an island. It's all very humid. You don't get it. You'll never get it. Just stop. But it's it's currently 31 degrees and it is not exactly middle of the fucking afternoon as we're recording. It's going to go higher. In fact, it's going to be as hot as it was tomorrow, but potentially there'll be a thunderstorm, so that might be nice. Why am I doing the weather on this?
Hello, my name's Mike, and welcome to Weather Watch with Skip.
Yeah, my last name is Fish. How did you know? That's a ITV weather joke for you, I think.
You're about to go and jump on the map.
Maybe, who knows? If I had a big green screen, I would definitely do that, like, all the fucking time. Just be like, what's the kind of weather is it? Well, love! And then just start gesturing.
Do an Alison Hammond and push someone into the water.
National treasure. Right, anyway, so, Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. This album is not the oldest one we've ever done, but it is from the 70s. So it's pretty old.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's older than us.
It is older than us. Much older than us.
Much older than us.
It's also, is it 1975?
Yes, the 11th of March, 1975.
So it's older than Star Wars. This is a pre-Star Wars album.
Wow.
To put that into perspective.
That is quite a perspective, and it's actually his first solo album.
It is. We have to do the very abridged version of what is Alice Cooper.
I mean, I don't know this, so...
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okie dokie. So Alice Cooper were like a psychedelia band in the 60s. And that was the name of the band. I believe they were a 4-piece unit. And obviously, you've got your man, Alice Cooper, now legally known as Alice Cooper. I don't know what his birth name is. Maybe I should look that up.
Is it Stephen?
Is it Stephen? You'll get the significance of that later on. Alice Cooper was originally the name...
Vincent Damon Furnier.
Vincent Damon Furnier was the lead singer of Alice Cooper, the band, also known as the Alice Cooper Band, which is what it's referred to retroactively. They did several albums and then split up. Alice Cooper was like, I can continue to trade on this name. I'm basically the only one that anybody recognises from this anyway, so I'm just going to legally change my name to Alice Cooper and then started releasing solo music, and here we are. In a position where I'd say, probably 80% of the people who've ever heard an Alice Cooper song have only heard Alice Cooper solo records and didn't know that there was a band before that. But School's Out is not a solo song.
Oh.
So if you like School's Out, you were listening to Alice Cooper the band.
I didn't know that. I didn't know any of the former life of said Alice Cooper band. So yeah, that's an eye-opener for me.
There you go. So it's a weird one, right? This is kind of the beginning of the rock shock Alice Cooper period. The stuff before it is it's edgy. It starts kind of very flowery. Listen to what the flower people say. We are Spinal Tap kind of stuff. Then it's the angsty, rebellious, School's Out kind of stuff, and then the band fall apart. And then Alice goes, "What if I wrote an album that is just evil stuff, like just cartoonishly spooky evil stuff. And that very much became his trademark for their next 50-something years.
I think he's still using that to this day, even with Hollywood Vampires.
He's still doing. Yeah, he's with the Hollywood Vampires. He's still doing solo tours. He's still doing the full corpse paint. He's still doing the full stage shows where he will kind of like kill himself in interesting and theatrical ways. This very much is the beginning of a brand, which is a weird way to kind of recontextualize the album. I forgot to mention who this was suggested by.
This was suggested by one of my former colleagues. Mm-hmm. I can say that. It's been a while since I left now. Matt, he is a huge Alice Cooper fan, and he, I think, has seen Alice at least 10 to 15 times. He did invite me to once, but I'd never actually listened to Alice Cooper, so I was like, it's a bit too old man for me. But it's time to see whether my opinion is going to change based on this list.
Has Matt had an album on the show before?
Matt has submitted albums, and I'm not too sure if we've covered any of them.
Because we've had a bit of a trend at the minute where we've had a lot of returners, like a lot of returning suggesters, which is lovely. I'm glad that you all feel like you want to use the form, and you can find that form on linktr.ee/skipdpod. You can go and send us your suggestions over there. Like all of these lovely people in the past 47 episodes have done, as this should be episode 48. If I'm wrong, I'm going to put a comedy sound effect here. There we go. I'm wrong either way now because you just put one in. Thanks. Appreciate it.
You can cut that out. It's fine.
I won't.
Matt has actually submitted an album before, and we have covered it. It was TerraVision.
Oh, that was very early on.
That was very early on, so it's about time that he gets his second one in, because I think he was one of the first people to put his albums in.
Yeah, TerraVision was very early on the wheel, but it took like 17 weeks or something like that to come up. Anyway, welcome back, Matt. Glad to have you here. Hopefully we don't tear Alice Cooper too much of a new one. Let's have some facts and or figures on top of the ones we've already had about Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare.
So, as we've covered, this is his first solo album under the moniker of Alice Cooper, which is a dramatic pivot from the band into a full theatrical narrative-driven persona. The album's actually a concept album following a boy named Stephen as he wanders through a surreal dreamscape filled with monsters, temptations, nightmares, and psychological shadows. It came out of his desire to push rock into a full-blown stagecraft, blending horror, vaudeville, cabaret, and Broadway-level storytelling. And as you say, it turned into a full brand for him for half a century?
Oh, 75, 85, 95, 05, 15, 25. So, 50 plus years.
So he's been doing this same shtick for half a century
and
now.
None of us have told him to go away, so that's interesting.
Because people still enjoy it.
Yeah, no, obviously. It's interesting that it's kind of got this very theatrical stagecraft kind of concept to it.
Yeah, it's kind of rock opera meets haunted house meets twisted bedtime story.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like sitting down on a particularly rickety ghost train, and read into that as much as you like.
Not Blackpool Pleasure Beach ghost train, like an actual shite one.
Like, like when the fair goes and sets up in your local park, it's that ghost train. It's a ghost train where like the cars do get stuck halfway around.
And you have to like push.
This is a weird analogy.
Let me out. Stuck. Want me toffee apple?
We need to go and buy some overpriced candy floss. Make this album slightly better. The theatrical kind of concept is explored very literally, because there are two adaptations of this particular album outside of just the album. There is a made-for-TV special which served as a lot of the album's music videos. I've showed you approximately 2 minutes of it, and frankly it seems like 2 minutes too many.
It is a fever dream.
It is. It's low budget as fuck. It's clearly filmed on the same soundstage and they've just cleared off a bunch of sets. The costumes on the dancers are utterly bizarre. And yeah, it's filmed on a fucking potato, which doesn't help. Then there was a concert film which kind of rejigged the songs of the album and then threw in kind of like the more well-known hits of the Alice Cooper band, such as School's Out. So it kind of doesn't do a one-for-one translation of what the quote-unquote story is here. It's very much just a, could you not afford to go and see Alice Cooper in concert? Would you like to watch Alice Cooper in concert? And it's not like his later shows are very known for like how much blood and gore can we get into it? And it isn't that. The movie does feel a bit more of that kind of, like you say, Broadway version. It's slightly sanitized. The live vocals are fucking pitchy.
Yeah.
They're not strong.
They're not good.
But, like, you know what? I get the sense that it was, at least, there was more of an effort on the live show here than there was probably at other bands at the time. So I'll give it a free pass. Yeah. I think you get it through the music regardless. We'll get into the specifics in a moment, but there are definitely some certain tracks where I can see the dance routine in my head. It's one of the
fact that this is a heavy rock album and you can see the dance routine in your head.
Oh, the jazz hands were there. Yeah.
Save me.
And the whole shock element of it is like, yeah, it's going to be like somewhat like, jazz handsy, happy clappy stuff, but then it's like, have you ever thought about fucking a corpse? And for the 1970s, that is right on the edges, at the edge of the razor.
It feels like an early entry of what would become Gwar.
Yeah. How long have Gwar been going? That's a question.
With who have recently shot into infamy again for part of their stagecraft, which includes a certain orange president and an execution, and I will leave it there.
Excellent. Love them. Gwar have been going since 1984.
So yeah, this could be an early influence for the sort of cinematic world of Gwar on stage.
It's going to be stuff like this and like the kind of like early original eras of Kiss before they did the unmasking and the getting rid of the paint and all that. Like, glam's big at this time, but like kind of like brutalist version of that, not so much. Like, there is it's not a fine line. There's more of a gulf between like heavy metal and glam at this time. Sometimes they cross over, and the earlier stuff like what's his name? I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you a Crazy World of Arthur Brown. That kind of like felt like it straddled both of those things. Whereas like this isn't doing the we're just doing heavy metal and we're borrowing the iconography. It's doing we are at the same time going to try and do like gruff vocals and slightly grungier guitars, but it's also going to be a fucking Broadway musical. It's fucking Hamilton by way of Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know. It's all very weird. What did you think?
Very
of
odd.
It?
Well, I've got a few more random facts for you first. So, did you know that part of the live strings were members of Lou Reed's band?
I can believe it, honestly. There's so much of just like, yeah, like names you'll have heard of from other artists just popped in and just did 10 minutes for each other. It's a very collaborative era for music.
And it's time for the coveted round of applause, because technically this had 3 singles.
Only technically.
Technically, because the UK had one, the US had one, and then everyone had one.
Right, so we can do a one-hand clapping for this. That's not going to show up on the thing. It might do. Who knows? Okay, so what were the singles? So obviously it's going to be...
Well, I want you to guess. You're good at this.
I am good at this, and watch me fuck it up. It feels like they have to release the title track.
They do.
Okay, was that the one that everyone got?
It was the one that everyone got, and it was the last release.
Okay, cool.
Welcome to the end of my album. I hope you enjoyed your stay here.
What else could... maybe Cold Ethel?
No.
There we go, I fucked it up immediately.
So, the UK got Department of Youth.
Oh, right, okay.
And the US got Only Women Bleed.
Oh, I should have twigged that, because that did get its own standalone music video. I should have twigged that. Damn it.
But you didn't, did you?
No, I fucked it up. Okay, I mean, 3 singles, always appreciated. I look down the list on here and I'm thinking, well, what could genuinely work as a single? And it really is that run between Only Women Bleed and Cold Ethel and then the start of the rest. I'm not going to say what I thought of the narrative up front, but I'm going to say the rest feel like they lend themselves to a greater story and probably wouldn't work as standalones. But those 3, I think you could separate them very, very easily.
Yeah, I think it makes sense why they chose those 3. Because in like a solo play, they work. It'd be like if you took... Oh, I can't think of any other musicals now. Are there any other musicals where you could easily release tracks from them and they'd work?
I mean, I've got a bad example if you want one.
Go on then.
They did release Memories from Cats as an actual single.
They also did Breaking Free from High School Musical.
Yes, they did. Ugh, grim.
Sorry.
I'm not doing it.
Aww.
I will not give you the satisfaction of singing. And also, I don't know what the next word is, so I don't know.
Flying. And into that, we go into the professional reviews.
Lovely.
There are 5 of them.
Contemporaneous ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have All Music. They've given it a 4.5 out of 5. Chris de Gau's Record Guide.
He's back.
He's back. B-. Classic Rock gave it 4 out of 5. And Rolling Stone gave it mixed.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not good enough for a fucking number,
Just
Rolling Stone.
Mixed. In brackets. Well done, Rolling Stone. You managed to take a really simple process like giving a score out of 5 or 10 and fuck it up.
Good lads. Well done. Excellent. Yeah, this is the problem with like doing quite a lot of old albums. Unless it's really prolific, it wasn't being catalogued in the way that we do it now. Like, you know, we've got those score aggregators for stuff now, and everybody's going to have a take and score. And this is like, you know, you're not going to see an Alice Cooper album getting review bombed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very true.
It's a different time. So we take what we can get. I understand it was relatively well received, though. Like, just judging by those numbers and also how popular this was and how much it sold. Like, I think it did very well for itself.
Yeah, it has been praised. They've said it's still Cooper's best solo work to date.
Oh, and that's retrospectively.
Retrospectively, yeah.
I couldn't tell you the name of... I can tell you the name of 3 Alice Cooper solo albums. Well, 4, but the 4th one's cheating. I can tell you this now, having listened to it. I know the follow-up was Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, and for some reason it's him in like this like weird negative colour, so he's like big green man.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say in Burnley.
He was in Alice Cooper Goes to Burnley.
Hey up, want a pie?
Welcome to my hometown. Do 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 do.
We have lots of gravy.
Do 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 do. I'd listen to it. Yeah, there's that. I can name you. The cheating one is he did Welcome to My Nightmare 2, which was like, would you like to see what happened to Stephen 40 years later? And I responded with no. Yes,
he did. He's been sat with Mr. Spooky Bones for the last 40 years.
And that won't make any sense to anybody who hasn't watched the made-for-TV special. That's a fucking weird thing. And I think one of them is called Trash, and that's the one with Poison on it.
Okay.
Which is like, I think, the other Alice Cooper song that people can name.
That's the only one I knew.
Yeah.
I'd completely forgot the School's Out was Alice Cooper.
Yeah, but the Alice Cooper band.
Yes.
So there you
go.
Cool. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's what the magazines thought of it. What did you think of it?
I was actually surprised. As I say, I'd never actually listened to anything other than Poison, which I'm not a big fan of because I keep saying Pousson instead. And it absolutely pisses me over half off because I keep saying your lips are venomous, Pousson,
or
Pousson running through my veins.
Or venomous Poisson. It's Poisson Steve.
Poisson.
Okay, I didn't expect to hear it in Carl. What's his name? Carl Weezer. Carl Weezer.
Poisson.
Poisson. Welcome to my nightmare.
I'm Alice Cooper. Steven!
The heat sending us funny.
But yeah, I was actually quite impressed. As I say, not what I was expecting at all, based on Poison, where he sounds like he's chewing gravel through a straw. I wasn't a big fan of his vocal style on it. It sounds strained, and it wasn't what I'd like. I think if he sounded like he does on this album, it'd be a much better song.
Yeah.
But yeah, really impressed with the album overall.
I think by the time you get to Trash, which is like a late 80s album, it very much is a caricature. And the whole, like, every show is going to be me getting my head cut off or whatever. It just becomes this pantomime. And I think if that's your brand, fucking go with it. And this, I'm not saying this wasn't a pantomime. You watch that concert movie and tell me that this was not just an excuse for everybody to be in latex. Backing musicians included.
With their plate hats.
There's a bit where they dump Alice into a dumpster And I half expected Prom Night Dumpster Baby, but we didn't get that. And they get out their glow-in-the-dark top hat and canes and proceed to do the bone dance, emphasis on bone. It's a fucking weird thing. Go and watch it. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, find it on YouTube. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
It's all there. You have to watch the TV special in like 8 parts, though. This is the only way to watch it, but go and look at it. Yeah, I echo the sentiment that I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. But to quote Austin Powers, having said that, I do have some thoughts. So we'll get into that. Favourite tracks, then?
I'm going to start with the title track. What a strong opener.
It's very good. I do like it. It feels straight away into there's going to be some weird, freaky shit. Strap yourselves in. So, like, as a prepper, I think it works. I like the sting of like the horns. It does feel like, the orchestra pit does open up, so to speak, during that opener. Now, I don't think it necessarily spoils how the album's going to go. Because it goes, right, all of this stuff is bad things happening in my head. You're going to get scared by it. It's all going to be a good laugh. I'm probably going to have a mental breakdown. And it doesn't feel like the darkness of what they were trying to achieve with the rest of the record really comes through there. Until the song is well out the way and you go, oh, we started out as quite a jaunty fucking number. And now we're here. And by the end, it feels like that big juxtaposition of what perhaps that's what they were trying to do with that. I'm just not sure. But did I like listening to it? Yeah, I did. It wasn't one of those ones where it felt like, oh, fuck, we've got to get through this fucking overture before we can get to any of the fun stuff. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I can agree with your sentiment there. And, like, there are some albums where you listen to the intro and it's like, it's feeding you peas on a spoon as a baby, ain't it? Where this one, it's just like, it's big, it's boisterous, it's flamboyant, and it's like, welcome. Essentially, it's just, I needed a song to open this album, so I'm just going to fucking lay it on the table. Dicks out. Here we go.
And the vocal performance isn't too bad either.
It's better than it is on the live show.
Oh, it's rough on the live show. But like he does hit that kind of very interesting kind of, because life is just a dream, yeah. And then like he doesn't lay on the rough vocals until he's pulling that here, like that loud vowel out. So like he's an accomplished singer. He's very good. What he's doing. It's just like, yeah, this isn't the point at which the album like fucking grabs you and goes, right, here's what this shit's about yet.
And I think that one is Some Folks.
Yeah, that one definitely is the one where it's like, we had a thought about how we want to stage this.
Do. Boom, boom, boom.
It isn't the only album that we have in rotation at the minute where there's like vaudeville kind of like music hall inflections.
Cabaret.
It's all there.
It's how I expect a Virgin cruise to be.
Yeah, no, it is. It's proper like the after the kids stuff has all been packed away. It's like, right,
can time.
Now it's time for these people who weren't good enough for Broadway to come and do their version of fucking, I don't know, like Hair for you or something.
It's like a circus act that's slightly cursed.
Yeah.
It's like you've walked into a Western saloon. It's camp in the best way possible. And it's like a metal musical, which is why it's worked so well in that live stage show that he put together.
It did work better there.
It's just so... It's unegregious, it's camps to the max, and it is the perfect merge between hair metal and classic rock.
Yeah, because the guitar works pretty good.
It is.
When it cracks into the fucking, what I can only describe as the coke-fueled fever sections. Where it's like, nah, just can't live with that. When he's doing all that fucking Bart licks a fucking ayahuasca
Slurpee.
Or some shit. Like, oh, it's it's the Slurpee bit, isn't it?
Ayahuasca. Fucking hell, the Simpsons got deep.
I was trying to... I conflated the episode where he gets the big squishy with Homer going on the vision trip, but I think that was from Chile.
Yeah.
It's from Chile. What is wrong with my brain?
It's hot.
It was hot. I am hot, and that was hot.
He's hot.
He is. I don't think Homer's hot.
No, you are.
Oh, thank you. Lovely. I can't take compliments, can you tell? So, like, yeah, it's... How do I put it? I appreciated that it was very much going for big, in your face. It is kind of masking what the song is about. And it doesn't really reveal that until the other shoe drops towards the other end of the album. the thing that stops the character of Stephen feeling complete doesn't really get like laid out for you until the very end, which if you haven't listened to it, maybe go and listen to a couple of tracks, get a flavour of that first. And I won't say what it is until we start talking about the Stephen and the Awakening, which is where the kind of like you get that what's going on. But yeah, how do I describe this without actually just spoiling what the fuck's going on?
Well, let's talk about some of the other tracks first.
Okay.
We can carry on into that.
Okay.
I will follow it with Cold Ethel.
It super doesn't need to fucking be here, but I'm glad it is.
Yeah. It's sleazy, it's silly, and it's stupid.
It is the 1970s version of A Little Piece of Heaven, and I love it for it.
And it just reminds me of ZZ Top. It feels like they're going to just pause midway, roll their arms in unison, and then carry on playing.
It would fit. It would definitely fit. I feel like they like, it's very obvious what the fuck is going on from like the first couple of lines, but then I think it's the second verse, and it's like, well, she's dead. I'm like, yeah, no, thanks, Vincent. I got the fucking joke, mate. I got it. Don't worry. The title kind of alluded me into what was happening here.
She's been dead, mate.
She's dead. Do you know that this is a corpse? Like, again, I know it's that shock horror genre. It just felt a bit, it's too on the nose, I feel. This is everything that A Little Piece of Heaven wasn't, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
Polar opposite.
Because Little Piece of Heaven is by far more graphic and violent, but they never outrightly say what the fuck's going on.
Which is why the piano cover of it trended on TikTok for people doing pregnancy announcements.
It's so fucking
Stillborns.
Weird.
Like wedding announcements.
God, no,
yeah,
really?
People were like, I've had a stillborn child, this is my child, and they were playing, and I knew that my little crab would be cool. It's like, this piano cover just went everywhere, and it was all over these, like, in memorandum posts.
Jesus.
My baby didn't make it, my baby has wings posts, and it was like, oh no.
Fucking hell.
Oh no.
That's like going like, we're doing a trend where every day from school, like, he opens the door and comes back at the end of the class, and it's like they've used Gary Glitter as the fucking music. Like, fucking read the room. Come on, be literate. Yeah, so Cold Ethel's good, but it's just good, and I feel like it doesn't do anything to what the main plot is. If it's really a kind of like a blug, there's a dead body, whoa, yeah, I guess that's kind of spooky. I guess, I mean, as we saw on the live show before we started recording, Cooper just gets this fucking blow up doll and starts battering
it about, like full on beating it.
It's fucking bizarre. It's absolutely wild. So, like, it would be funny to see it live. I think it would be funnier and more enjoyable live than it is on the record. Yeah. But that's not to say that it's bad. It's just perfectly acceptable if not actually contributing to the concept here.
And the other one, Only Women Bleed.
Yeah.
Because it's very Pink Floyd-esque.
It's a little bit.
It's like, I can imagine them about to start blasting Dark Side of the Moon, like, when the song starts. It's got that sort of feel to it, but it's so nice to hear his actual singing vocals without him sounding like he smoked 50 a day.
Yeah, to me it sounds like early Springsteen, and that's not a place you want to be when you're trying to make a shock hock.
It's not
shock hock.
A shock hock.
A shock. I could get my shock hock out, and it will be shocking to you. No, when you're trying to make a shock horror record, I feel
put your shock hock away.
it just feels a bit like
it's not him.
No, it isn't. And it feels like they're trying to do something that's quite straight. This isn't campy. This is, do you know how bad women have it? I'm like, my boy, it's the 70s. You have no idea.
You have no fucking clue. While you have 15 women waiting in your tour bus.
Yeah, it's not gross, because I get what he's trying to do. He's like, this is... it's this kind of portrait of like a failing abusive relationship. Yes, sure, I get it. Go you. I think this might have been pretty progressive for the 70s, but I'm not 100% sure. But it feels very uninformed.
Yeah, and it's a good song though.
It's not bad. I just
like the singing style. Like, that's what it is for me. That's what got it for me. I love a good vocal.
His clean vocals are much better than his gravelly vocals, but I feel like his gravelly vocals are just more iconic.
Yeah. And that is where I end my favourite tracks. Do you have any more?
Like I said, I enjoyed Some Folks. I enjoyed Not Only Women. I enjoyed Department of Youth to an extent, but not enough where I want to talk too much about it.
The problem I have with Department of Youth is it's kind of, we don't need no education. It was jumping on the trend of using child choirs in songs.
Yeah,
for the sake of using child choirs in songs.
And it's just a rehash of Schools Out, let's be real.
And what is with that fucking Bugs Bunny accent that he puts on, like, hey, see?
Yeah, it's a weird choice, isn't it?
It's just so odd.
And the entire ending of that, maybe we're into the bad stuff.
Yeah.
We'll wait for that. But remind me about the entire ending of Department of Youth. I liked the bit of Devil's Food that wasn't singing. The bit where it's just Vincent Price giving a lecture about horrific things he's collecting. I loved that.
It fucking terrified me the first time. I wasn't expecting it.
He's such a confident performer, is Vincent Price. And he's so menacing. The way that he's like, don't touch the display. Oh, how cute. And you can hear how much he fucking hates that kid in his voice. He's such a confident performer. And then like he goes on a mad rant about how spiders are going to take over the fucking world. It's so good. It might be the best bit on the record. And I can't talk about why yet, but I did like The Awakening because I think the element where it pulls the rug and tells you what's actually happening, that's very interesting. I don't know whether it's entirely successful, but it's very interesting. But I can't talk about that yet. I just echoed everything you just said, basically.
Well then, with the smooth comes the rough.
Mm-hmm.
What would your least favourite track be?
Okay, so the end of the Department of Youth. I fucking hate the "we got the power" bit. It's
not on brand.
It's really not on brand. I don't know why the fuck it's like he's doing the call and response with the kids' choir. He's doing the "who gave you the power?" Donny Osmond. What? Oh, what kooky. It feels so out of place in this record. It really doesn't feel like it belongs here. It doesn't contribute to the concept. It doesn't sound like this new version of it. It feels like it was a cast off of the Alice Cooper band stuff. Again, it feels like a total rehash of Schools Out because it is just kids of the future and you suck. The lyrics just aren't great here. They're very sloppily written. And yeah, I don't like it.
I'm with you on that one, and that shitty accent.
Yeah, the fucking what's up, Doc thing. I don't know what he was going for there. It just, unfortunately, the bit where it's like all of the songs that would work well as singles, so Only Women Bleed, Department of Youth, Cold Ethel, they're slap bang in the middle of the album. So it feels like we'd started doing this whole, right, this is a man regressing into a fucking child because he can't deal with his trauma. By the way, we're going to have a 3-song interval where I just bang out a load of singles and then we'll come back and deal with the actual story.
Yeah, it's so like, if you have a look at another album, The Street to Ground Don't Come for Free. It's a story. It's all within its same universe across the entire album. But you can use 3 songs individually as singles.
Yep.
And they feel in place with the album.
Exactly.
This is the complete polar opposite.
Yes.
I've written these 3 songs to be singles. They need to go on here somewhere.
Yeah. It's like, right, I want to do my whole weird I'm fucking a dead body song. I want to do my rehash of Schools Out. And I want to do my fucking
intro to my album.
Well, no, the intro to the album, like, that fits at least because it's setting the scene. But Only Women Bleed is just I'm With You Sisters, the song. And it's just, none of it works here.
But the fact that one song is I want to fuck a dead body and the other song is I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's not. Is that supposed to be yin and yang?
I honestly
like,
I'm with you so long as you haven't got a pulse. Like,
exactly. Like, oh yeah, women deserve rights too, as long as they're not dead.
The right to be killed and kept in my fridge.
There we go.
Like,
is that what he was going for?
Oh, well done, Vincent. You're so fucking subversive. I don't know what the fucking plan was here. It's only an 11-track album, and you spend 3 tracks of that not on the story. I don't understand what's going on in Stephen's head in any of those fucking songs. Maybe just about Only Women Bleed if he's like, right, what was modelled to Stephen as a child was an abusive father, like an abusive, drunk, arsehole father who beat fuck out of his mother, and therefore his mother felt incapable of loving him. And that's reading into it. That's not like going by what the lyrics are trying to say, really. It's just, this guy's a piece of shit, and I'm with you. I understand you horribly abused women because I'm with you, and hashtag me too 50 years before that. Okay, cool, but how does that contribute to Stephen's nightmare?
It doesn't.
I don't think it does. Maybe Matt would disagree and go, well, no, this is meant to be a big flashback. But I would say, well, if we're doing that, why is the Department of Youth here, where it's like, oh, actually no, he had a very empowered childhood, and he was a little rebel and leader all to himself. I'm like, well, he either had a miserable fucking childhood or he didn't. This doesn't work as a straight line narrative, which if you're doing a concept album, sure, you don't have to do a straight line narrative. But if you're expecting me to get the fucking twist at the end, you need to do a straight line narrative. I'm sorry, 100%. You just do.
Well, let's follow that up then with a track about the aforementioned man/child, which I could not stand.
Yeah.
Let's put Stephen in the mix.
Stephen! Oh, God.
Oh, my God, those peaks.
Fucking spike.
Mine was a fair bit higher.
Yeah, a little bit.
Focus! There's pizza on your focus.
We live in a fucking meme hellscape.
We really do.
Unfortunately, the Stephen bit we can only hear as the woman shouting her horse.
My exact notes on this are: what on earth is this song? I was not expecting to hear a hair metal song about Stephen. Stephen, I thought you were dead.
Fucking hell. Yeah. I don't, the thing is, I don't hate it. I just don't like it. I think it's too long for what it is. I don't know whether they've just chosen a weird name for this character. I think Stephen doesn't really like it. Works for like the meter of the song, the doom doo 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 doo. Like you get that kind of. It's an interesting kind of lolloping kind of thing, because like a 3-syllable name wouldn't work.
Alan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what name do you put there?
Maurice.
Yeah, Steve Miller Band had already cornered that market, so that wasn't available.
Bradley. any 2-syllable name would have worked.
Martin. Dun.
Michael.
Oh, well, that's great. I need to find find the raw file for that video and just preserve it, because everyone loves Brazilian Michael Jackson. We're not here to talk about Brazilian Michael Jackson.
I wish.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it kind of works now. Actually, no. Thinking about it, this is the one where he was like, "I'm a little boy, no, I'm a big fat man," or whatever the fuck. That's the one before, isn't it? That's years ago, which I think works more as kind of the fragmentation arc of the story of the whole. We didn't really say how old Stephen was at the start, but like he's very much a guy who's regressed to being a child because some fucked up shit happened there. So that was interesting, but then when it's just what appears to be somebody calling his name, and it feels like this is like where he's being woken from the dream, is actually a lead into the awakening, which is the somewhat macabre twist in the whole thing. And it almost feels like the awakening makes Stephen good in retrospect. But when you're listening to it, you're like, when the fuck is this going to finish? And I want to get to the stings so that I can think about the narrative again. But I have to sit there. It's just, it doesn't feel like there's any fucking soul in there. There's no excitement. And knowing in retrospect what's happening in that song, I should feel something other than just kind of passive kind of longing for it to be over.
You should feel something more than resentment for the song being so long.
Yeah. Basically, and I do feel resentful that it's as long as it is, it's as repetitive as it is, and it doesn't even have that kind of otherworldly kind of because like years ago definitely feels like fucking visiting a fucking broken down carnival whilst you're on some weed or some shit. It feels eerie and spooky and like you can see the fog rolling in at your feet. And Stephen feels like it's trying to be this big, great, grand kind of, this is the moment where it all changes, except it doesn't reveal what the fuck's happened until afterwards. So I struggle to feel the grandeur. I just about understood it on the first time round. And on the second time around, I'm like, right, well, I know what's happening now. I just want to get to the bit where we have that return of that Feel Like a Man lyrics that explains the story. Yeah, I didn't care for it, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like, overall, the album has a lot of strong points, but I think it has equally as many weak points in the storytelling.
Definitely.
Like, I can see what they were trying to do, and for its time to have a story album like this, absolute masterpiece, but it struggled with the actual storytelling elements.
Yeah. And also, Alice Cooper doesn't know how spiders work, which is very interesting. So the Black Widow song, right? Well, the whole thing with Stephen Price? Fuck.
Stephen! I thought you were dead.
The whole thing with Vincent Price is like, oh, the Black Widow, the most beautiful creature. It actually feasts upon its males after mating, and it's going to rise up and take over the world as kind of like a weird girl power thing. I don't fucking know. And then the following song is like, what I imagine is Stephen's like inner demon going like, be a fucking asshole and kill people and eat them. But like they reframe and goes, everyone will bow down to the Black Widow. We love him. Like, did you listen to Vincent Price saying it's the female of the species that's basically the perfect predator? And then you're transposing that onto what if Stephen thought he was half man, half spider? He'd still be a guy. Technically, his wife would eat him. This is such a... It doesn't fucking work. Maybe that was the wrong thing to focus on when I was... Because, like, I actually don't think the Black Widow song is terrible. It's got that fucking kids choir thing in it again. But, like, all I could think of was going, no! You've chosen the wrong breed, you stupid asshole! The Black Widow is a predominantly female spider! What the fuck is wrong with you? And that was really distracting, and I couldn't enjoy the music.
That is the most you thing I think you've ever said in one of these podcasts.
It might be the height of my pedantry, but I stand by it.
Well, we've been talking about it for long enough now.
Okay.
I don't think there's much more that we can say.
Should we do The Awakening? The Awakening and Escape. I don't like Escape. I'm just going to say that up front. I think that Escape is a real fucking wet fart of an ending.
Yeah.
The Awakening, where it goes, right, let's pull back the curtain on what was happening the whole fucking time. Do you know what the intent was here?
Nope.
You don't?
No.
Here we fucking go. Let's see if you got any of this from all of this. So, Stephen, as far as I understand... Stephen!
Was he a horse?
Oh, I wish.
Imagine if after all this he was actually that mean.
What, he was half man, half horse?
Oh no, don't bring that one in. Fucking hell.
They played not Glastonbury, they played Download. Yeah, that was a fucking weird time for everyone. So Stephen, apparently, the whole thing is, Stephen's got a wife. It's dubious whether or not the wife has just had a miscarriage. Stephen has gone insane, obviously. The nightmare is his psyche splitting into two, which is the child Stephen and the adult Stephen. The child Stephen's supposed to be the innocent one, even though I think they were trying to say that he had a traumatic childhood as well. And then the adult Stephen is a fucking maniac. So the whole point of Stephen, the song, is you think when you're listening to it, it's somebody trying to rescue him from the dream, trying to wake him up or whatever. But the awakening reveals that the Stephen you can hear screaming at him the whole time is his wife. Whilst his mind had split, he'd gone mental and fucking killed her. So then the awakening is, it's not I waken from my bed is whatever. It's literally I've snapped back into my body. My hands are covered in blood. I can't find my wife, but I feel good about this. And the whole thing of it makes me feel like a man that was from Some Folks. That's meant to be the devil on your shoulder going, hey, maybe you should kill people. You'll feel good about it. And yeah, so then Escape is basically, right, I'm fucking off to the loony bin, but when I get out, I'm going to kill folk more. And The first time I heard The Awakening, it's like there's an open door that I'm just going to bolt through. I have murdered my wife in cold blood because of I've transposed the miscarriage as my own childhood trauma and the death of my child innocence. And all of that was really good. And then it ends on escape. And I'm like, I don't like this anymore. Like that 1 minute and 14, I'm like, oh fuck, they pulled the rug quite effectively. And like, it would be such a serious fucking moment to do if they were doing this as like a proper stage show. And could be a real like reflection point. And then you remember that because they mixed the tracks up on the movie version, not 10 minutes ago, we had people in skin-tight skeleton costumes with glow-in-the-dark canes between their legs, pretending it was Big Pinot. And I'm like, maybe Alice Cooper just doesn't understand subtlety.
Yeah, I don't think subtlety is his thing.
Yeah, nah. It's a real shame because it worked. It was quite the fucking sting. Did you get any of that?
I didn't get any of that. I don't look as deeply into it. Like I've been listening to this while I've been at work and trying to like just listen to it on a musical basis of whether I'd enjoy it or not. So yeah, I did not pick up on any of that. And fuck me, that's deep.
Yeah, the bit where it's like, isn't that our mom calling? Is meant to be like because he's talking to the inner child, which could also be like the kid that didn't make it. Or some shit like that, and it's like the last time that there's like any kind of parity between the two before he goes fucking mental and like eyes glaze over and he just beats shit out of his wife. And again, it's an interesting rug pull. It's sharing space on a record with "Don't worry, ladies, you have it. I know how bad you have it when you are beaten, which is why I'm going to kill you instead." Like the messaging is fucking off, man.
Did he turn into the Black Widow?
Did he turn into the Black Widow? Love him? Yes, they love him. I don't hate the song. I don't hate the album. I just think it's very messily put together.
It is. And there are tracks on here that don't have a place.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think any time that we have an album on here where tracks do not have a place on the album, there is only one way the verdict can go.
There sure is.
And regardless of how much I enjoyed the album and how much I've actually enjoyed listening to a bit of Alice Cooper, I don't think that this is going to find its place on a wall anytime soon.
No, on a kind of day, I might have said maybe we pull a listen to this once and make your mind up thing. But you don't need to hear Cold Ethel, Department of Youth, Only Women Bleed. And you can argue you don't need to even listen to Devil's Food, really.
And if you don't need to listen to half the album, do you even need to listen to the album?
Precisely. This is it. I had fun. It is a skip, but I had fun.
Yeah, same here. I enjoyed listening to it. It's give me a little bit more respect for Alice Cooper as an artist. It's nice to hear him not chewing on a brick. But yeah, sorry, Matt. This is number 2 of yours, straight into the skip.
One more and you're out. God, what am I making baseball references for? Anyway, thank you very much for listening to that episode. If you want to suggest your unskippable albums, you can send them along, as I said earlier, to our Linktree form, so linktr.ee/skipdpod, or you can send it along as an email to skippod@gmail.com. That's skipdpod@gmail.com. You suggest them, we put them on the wheel, we see who comes out. Next week, it's much newer. In fact, it might be one of the newest albums that we've ever done.
Yeah, I think it may be.
It came out the same year as Lily Allen's album.
Yeah, Moist Fingers. That's all I'm going to say.
Ew. As if there wasn't enough ew in this album, you've somehow made next week's even grosser.
Yeah, I have.
Wonderful. We'll see you then, and bring a towel. Bye, everybody.
Bye.